Alexa, stop forwarding my conversations to my contact list, people. It's not funny. Get a load of this. A family in Portland, Oregon is claiming their Amazon smart speaker spied on them by recording their personal conversation and then sending that recording to somebody on their contact list. The family says a friend emailed them after receiving the audio, warning, hey, you might have been hacked. In a statement, Amazon says it takes privacy very seriously and is determined this was an extremely rare occurrence. They're taking steps to avoid this from happening in the future. Now, the company went on to say the device mistook part of the family conversation as a command to send it to somebody on the contact list. Amazon stock not getting dinged by this, but folks, the timing could not be worse for Amazon and other companies like it. Today, the General Data Protection Regulations, the GDPR in the Eurozone, went into effect in Europe. The GDPR, tough new rules. All companies operating in the European Union must obtain users' consent to use or sell any personal information. So this means they won't be able to make money off it unless people for sure say, fine, go ahead. My next guest says U.S. companies who want to do business in Europe better comply or get crushed. Scott Vernick is a data privacy expert who represents Fortune 500 companies in lawsuits that focus on tech and intellectual property and privacy. You must be busy lately.
For the last 2 years, it's really been nonstop. The last 6 months has been absolutely crazy as companies in the U.S. with operations in Europe try to become compliant. Remember, we're talking about a law that has 99 articles. It's over 200 pages long. It's very complex.
Okay. Already, it has only been a few hours, longer in Europe, obviously, because they're 5 hours ahead mostly. But we now have Facebook and Google already facing something like $8.8 billion in fines?
Yeah, they're not fines. What's happened is the self-styled privacy advocate Max Schrems, who you may remember from his law student days, he has already filed a lawsuit, one against Facebook and one against Google, claiming each that he wants about $4 million fines or $4 billion fines against each one of them. And what he basically says, and the threat is the same, is that they're in violation of GDPR and that they are coercing users to share data and those users haven't given permission.
All right. So just to fight what could even be lawsuits that are ridiculous at certain levels, that is going to cost money. Some companies here in the United States just weren't ready. For example, Trunk, which is the parent company of the LA Times and the Chicago Tribune. They were these companies that today, if you were in Europe and you went online to look at the articles, here's what you saw. In essence, saying, sorry, unfortunately, our website is unavailable in most European countries. We're looking at options. This is costing a lot of money, is it not, to comply? Talk about that level of it, because some companies are very small, but they've got big European businesses.
Yeah. I mean, the statistics are something like the average cost to bring your company into compliance is something like $16 million. On average, companies will have to hire maybe 5 full-time professionals in order to keep themselves in compliance. Remember, GDPR is not a destination, it's a journey. It's an ongoing compliance regulatory regime. So the cost for American companies has been incredibly high, and many have opted not to be.
How about big companies, like a Microsoft?
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft has something like 1,600 full-time engineers working to get Microsoft compliant. So just think about that. If that's what Microsoft has, you can sort of spread that among companies that are smaller or medium-sized companies. It's a tremendous regulatory burden.
Do you think that's what's coming here to the United States?
I think there's a good chance, actually. Listen, Cambridge Analytica, the whole Facebook flap, that was a tremendous wake-up call. And obviously, congressmen and senators on Capitol Hill are facing a certain amount of pressure to regulate tech companies. And the question is whether tech companies will regulate themselves and get out ahead of this, or whether or not we'll get some kind of GDPR-like regulation here. Now, Microsoft and Facebook have already said that they will do GDPR worldwide, regardless of where you are located as a user.
What's going to be more expensive, complying or not being able to do business in European countries if you're a U.S. company?
Sure. I mean, I really think that depends on the company and how much presence you have and how much you're doing business with EU citizens. But for many small companies in the U.S. who simply have a website that faces European Union, they're going to say, we're going dark because the risk of compliance or the cost of compliance and the fines are just too great.
Well, there's going to be a choice that has to be made. Scott, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Scott Vernick, I don't see dark circles under your eyes, but this guy's been working overtime trying to help Fortune 500 companies get up to speed and compliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.